I don't think the phone did. I think the gimbal did. There we go. Well, see, now it's windy out. It was fine until it wasn't.
It's always the way.
Live chat. If I push it here, that's not gonna help either.
You just come from that direction.
Huh?
Let's come from that direction, I think.
On that side of the tree?
Maybe let's try that side of the tree.
Try that side of the tree. Well, then I'm not in the shade. Somebody left booze under the tree.
Something.
Soft lips. Lip stuff. Is this better?
Better?
No. I need to be like literally where you're at.
Okay.
That means you need to move.
I need to move this way.
Be literally where you're at to be out of the way into the tree. Maybe. Alright. Is the wind too bad? If the wind's too bad, we'll not do this. Because it wasn't, and then it was.
Yeah, it just started. As soon as it started.
Literally just started. Have we even moved to the other side where it's less windy?
Died down right now.
Okay, now it died. Well, it'll come back. Hello, Eric Schultz.
How is
Hello,
everybody?
Dave's mentioned. Hello. So, there's Rob.
Hi.
Off camera, Rob.
Witness protection, Rob.
I'm okay. So, how bad is the wind? Is the wind between the wind and my voice? Oh.
Yep.
It's just because I got stuff draining still from being sick. I'm fine. There's a dragonfly over there. I don't think I can show it to you. You hear him?
Not really.
He's over there.
Somewhere.
So hello. So people are mad. Did you punch Ro? Punch Rob? No. Dr. Strange was awful. Wasn't it awful? Oh, it was terrible. All right, let me get the light.
Didn't give me any reason to like it.
He's holding his face. He's upset. He's laying it. Why are you holding your face? Just to sit up.
That's just the way I just came to rest.
Just to sit upright. Why was Doctor Strange so? Okay, first off, why was it so bad?
Because it was 2 movies.
It was clearly 2 movies. So I watched the first half of it, and that's kind of where I'm like, I think a nap would be a better use of my time. Hello, 16-man mascot. It was too overly Raimi.
Well, it's not that.
I don't know how much Raimi stuff I saw.
Yeah, it's clearly Sam Raimi stuff, and the stuff that Marvel and like Kevin Feige wanted to put in it were two different things.
Yeah, the Raimi stuff and the Feige stuff. Here, you might need to sit right here on this side of it.
They might as well have called it, directed by Sam Raimi. Kevin Raimi.
Kevin Raimi.
Directed by Sam Raimi and Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
So, because he definitely had these things. All the Wanda let's get poked by Chef Dennis. All the Wanda Maximoff stuff.
Well, I was trying to get you to hide in front of it.
Okay, all the Wanda Maximoff stuff.
There was too much Wanda caring about her pretend fake kids. And I'm like so over it. Over fake kids.
And it comes across as an extra episode of WandaVision with Doctor Strange making a guest starring Doctor Strange.
Lord Faven, good to kiss you guys live for Jade. Thank you.
Achoo.
I hope this is grass. Oh no, I'm gonna have grass stains on my new shorts. I hope not anyway. I might.
So yeah, so it comes across like I said.
Well, I hope it's grass and not.
Not, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't.
I
It'd
can
be
wash
very
them.
sticky if it was.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, Doctor Strange. Like I said, it definitely does come across as a version of an extra episode of WandaVision, and I didn't like WandaVision.
Yeah, I didn't like WandaVision to begin with. If I wanted to sit through WandaVision, I would have finished it.
They'll never know.
It was awful.
They'll never know what you sacrificed. What did she sacrifice? She
Didn't they say she killed Vision or something? She had to kill Vision. Was she the one? Oh, Mecha, Rob, I love your views. Thank you. My voice is sounding stronger. And you don't like Disney Star Wars? I do not.
Oh God, Disney.
I don't like Disney Star Wars.
Boba Fett is everything wrong with Disney Star Wars. It just encapsulates it as everything that's wrong with it. Forget about The Last Jedi. Book of Boba Fett is what's wrong with Disney Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, well, The Last Jedi didn't help. But,
No.
it was WandaVision featuring Doctor Strange. That was the problem. Hello, Black Phoenix. Yeah, that was one of the problems with it was so WandaVision-y, and
Well,
it was just all like. All right, well, you want to start off?
all right.
This is all
okay.
full spoilers.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well,
Full spoilers.
Okay. Well, all right. All right. So it starts off with Doctor Strange and America Chavez running around the Nexus or whatever it is, the multiverse or whatever it is, and it turns out that's not the real Doctor Strange. That's just another version of Doctor Strange, like an alternate reality Doctor Strange or whatever it is. So that guy dies protecting America Chavez.
Mm-hmm. But he sucked.
Yeah, he sucked.
Yeah, he sucked.
So they pulled. So Doctor Strange is America Chavez is Doctor Strange's dream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sharing my dream. Yeah. And so she's pulled into our universe.
Oh, but he's at his ex-wife's
His ex-wife's wedding.
or something. So.
Yeah. And it's a very ethnically, racially diverse wedding. Of course it is.
Yeah. White women marry black guys all the time. Like that's not even worth mentioning. To be honest, this was really.
But for them, it's like, ooh, check it out. We've got an interracial marriage now in the MCU. I'm like, yeah, guys. Yeah,
didn't they before?
Probably
weren't some of the gay Eternals ethnically, racially diverse?
Freaking Gemma Chan is Chinese or whatever she is. Icarus is not. Beautiful, isn't it? My name's Icarus. I didn't ask you. Shut the F up.
Well, I've listened to a lot of reviews of this film. I still don't quite understand what it's about. I see people who were watching it.
I'm not even sure what it's about myself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Okay, so I got it. I got what it's about.
You know what it's about? I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, well, Wanda, I don't know why she's doing it. For some reason, Wanda wants to jump through universes to where she can live in the one where her stupid make-believe kids are real. So she's like, it's Sliders.
It's Sliders or Rick and Morty or something.
Yeah, so she's trying to find a dimension where her stupid-ass kids are real. And I'm like, I give no shits about Wanda's kids or Wanda.
Wanda has proven she's a terrible person.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Oh, the real villain here is grief. I'm like, fuck you. The real villain here is me.
Wanda.
Is Wanda. So
she wants to be their damn fake kids, and I'm like, I hate this. I hate the premise. I don't want to root for this.
It's a dumb I would call it a dumb premise. It could have worked. However, you've made it so it is impossible for Wanda to be some sort of sympathetic character, and I think that is what they were going for. She is so grief-stricken that she will do anything to make her fake family and fake kids and her fake little life and in a fake little town real. And you know what? I don't give a flying crap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a crap even that crap was flying.
Yeah. So she's trying to torture America Chavez, which I'm like, I don't care anyway. So she's getting chased by a tentacle monster, and I'm like, yeah, that's not. I've seen that hentai, and she's way too close for this. But like
the fisherman's wife. Yeah, that's.
It's so stupid though.
Kuiga-san.
Yeah, it was WandaVision season 2.
Yeah, and
they're using it as an excuse to introduce the X-Men and F4. Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna introduce the X-Men, but I think they're gonna get it wrong. Mm-hmm. The way they're going, I don't think they're gonna get it right. So anyway,
it's like, hey, remember the multiverse we set up with Spider-Man? Well, hey, so here's the multiverse again with Wanda, and out there's all these X-Men and all this stuff, and Captain Marvel is Lashana Lynch.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on her. And they can't help themselves. They will bring Chris Evans back just so that America Chavez can leap in front of him to punch Hitler. I wouldn't put it past them. America Chavez, $20 cosplay girl. That's the only reason. She's a superhero, but she doesn't even have a costume. Okay? That's the thing. So she
literally kills people. Wanda? Or who? Everybody kills people in this. Yeah, Wanda kills people. America
Wanda-
Chavez kills people, doesn't she?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
It's lasagna.
oh, though Scarlet Witch should have her own movie. No, she shouldn't.
She did. It's called Doctor Strange 2 in the Wandaverse of Whammon. And we did the fake trailer for it. So it's all women. It's basically women saying, Doctor Strange saying, "Oh yeah, you can get fucked by this big black guy because it's okay with me because I'm a cuck now." And
Well, not for nothing. Doctor Strange went away for 5 years.
that's true.
He went away for he got blinked out of existence for 5 years, and hey, she moved on.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't blame her. He's gone.
Yeah, that's true.
She didn't know he was coming back.
And why should she wait for him?
Actually, one thing actually when that they did do was interesting in WandaVision. They showed it the moment where everybody started coming back. It just created chaos.
Yeah.
Everybody was just coming back from being blinked out of existence. Oh my God, people are just reappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that actually.
Which was stupid because.
But it was interesting though because they don't they just snap their fingers. The Hulk snaps his fingers with the Infinity Gauntlet and everything's fine. No, this actually would create a chaotic event. People just appearing out of nowhere. Who the hell? Wait a minute. Where did you come from?
Yeah, which is why they should have done it back so that Tony Stark didn't save his bridey kid, or Doctor Strange could create a pocket universe where it pulled her out and she exists there. So everybody who's but then that's not fair to anybody else. Just make everybody who doesn't, just make everybody forget.
I am an Iron Man.
Yeah, I don't care. I didn't care about that scene anyway.
Yeah, that was the scene Marvel dropped the taco. But like I said,
Endgame they dropped the taco. Like Endgame was awful.
That's what
Endgame was awful.
All right, but the whole thing is, like I said, the whole thing of Wanda Maximoff is not that interesting a character. Okay, yeah, she has a tragic backstory, but you know what? Tragic backstory alone doesn't make someone interesting. We know that from Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah. And Strange New Worlds at Picard.
Everybody doesn't need to be Batman.
No. Well, so this whole movie just seemed like a very elongated, dragged out episode of WandaVision that could have been wrapped up in like one episode.
Listen, I don't.
It could have been a half hour because there's just.
Well, they didn't want.
From what I saw. Now I only saw it until she CGI'd Captain Pike's mouth shut and then she killed Picard.
Yes, she killed.
But I didn't see her kill Picard. I think I went to sleep before that.
Yeah, well, she
That's
just
why
went
I
up behind him.
Yeah.
This wrinkly old neck.
Good, he has it coming. So she killed 2 Star Trek captains in this. And then you had Captain America female version.
Captain Carter.
Yeah.
Kelly Atwell.
Okay. And then you had Lashana Lynch. They swapped Captain America. What? I don't care.
Captain People.
Captain People.
With those big ass teeth.
And then you had Mr. Stretchy.
Captain Teeple.
I hope that bee does not come near me.
Huh?
I hope that bee stays over there.
He's going over to
Okay.
Dandelion.
I know, but I'm sitting on one.
There's a big birdie over there.
All right.
I think that is a hawk. Watching a hawk is actually...
I know, just make sure that bee doesn't come here.
He's pollinating.
I know, I just don't want him pollinating this one because he can go over there.
Okay.
Captain Marvel is a better movie than Doctor Strange 2. I don't think it was better than Doctor Strange 2. No, I don't think Captain Marvel's a better. I think they're about on par. They're equally stupid. No, Doctor Strange 2 was better than Captain Marvel. Because, I mean, at least it had the Sam Raimi scene of the Bruce Campbell thing. At least it had, it had the Bruce Campbell,
Doctor Strange is a good character.
Cameo thing. Was he selling hot dogs or something?
Yeah, he's selling hot dogs. Pizza balls.
Yeah.
Pizza balls.
Yeah. Oh, you have money in this universe? No? Okay. Whatever. So she's lying.
So great. Make the Hispanic girl a thief. Yeah, great. Way to lean into those negative stereotypes, guys.
I hate her even more. Oh, she's awful too.
She's probably gonna be in the Marvels. That's the
Right.
Marvels thing.
But no, I at least could make it like I don't know. I couldn't make it through this one though, but like, it was just so bad.
This is gonna be one of those that's completely forgettable.
It is.
It is. I'm already starting to forget it.
Well, that's the other thing. Is like, what do you say about it? Because it's like I was just struggling to stay awake for so much of it. And then when I finally said, you know what, I just don't care.
Uh-huh.
So what happened in the end? He turned in. He fought because I remember he had like the dead version of him that he found on a roof somewhere, and then he hid it in the bricks. And then I guess he came back for it, and they were doing Weekend at Bernie's Zombie Doctor Strange. So we got to write that. Note to self: we got to write that. Make a comedy.
Weekend at Zombies. Weekend at Strangies.
Yeah, Weekend at Strangies. I mean, so I missed that part. I guess he grew a third eye for some reason.
He grew a third eye because he was tampering with some dark magic.
Okay.
Third eye.
But isn't that a good thing?
I don't know. Maybe it gives better.
I would think it's a good thing because I mean you want to. Well, no, it's not for your vision. It's the internal, your mind's eye. It's all spiritual new age. That's the only reason I kind of like Doctor Strange in the first place, because he had the spiritual new agey stuff. You know that you hear in that sort of circles. So big holographic kids, right? Hello, it's Mecha Monday.
Well, I'd be kind of glad that they didn't introduce America Chavez in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. Should have been a horror movie. I don't know. Well, it kind of was because he's there. What is he chopped off the tentacle monster's arms and stuff, and he had the zombie version. You can come and tell me what happened. You saw more
it's a giant one-eyed tentacle monster.
You saw more of it than I did.
Yeah, well, but I'm having trouble remembering it. So, giant one-eyed tentacle monster.
Right.
In the middle of Manhattan, and he chops it in half and stabs it through the eye. And it's chasing America Chavez for some reason, right? Which I can't remember how. And so America Chavez, hey, Dr. Strange pizza. You have pizza in this reality? Oh, my superpower is hopping from reality to reality. So that's, I think, why Wanda wanted her.
Oh, and then they got into the second reality. Then they got captured. How'd they get captured? I forgot. Because I remember, I think I might have nodded off a little bit. They got captured by his girlfriend in the other universe, who's like super duper. And she's like, no matter what we are, it's irrelevant because I'm from this Earth and you're from that Earth. And we
616 universe.
And she's from 8675309, and it doesn't work. And Sean Russell, it went hentai. Thank you so much.
Rick Sanchez.
Thank you so much. It went hentai. And 60 mascots. Hey, you guys, hope we're well. I was enjoying seeing a happy couple in this day and age. Cheers. Are we? I don't think so.
We got a Sonny and Cher thing going on. So yeah, I kept the Illuminati is really just the Council of Ricks. Well, they probably came up before.
Council of Ricks. And I'm like, Illuminati, like what? You're gonna take her to see George Soros or something? Like
Rick Sanchez, C137.
He takes him to the Illuminati. What, the Queen? I'm like, who the fuck's the Illuminati in this? Like, can they stop using real shit? Because I'm picturing like, the lizard people and the real
no.
It's so funny. Can't wait for I always wait for the Meccano movie channel. Yeah, wait for
it. Wait for it's on HBO or whatever, wherever you find it.
I mean, it's better lit. It was better lit. I'll give it that. It wasn't so damn dark to say, because that's one big problem. All these shows and TV, it's the lighting's awful. Like when I try and do a video on like Strange New Worlds, I have to go in and brighten manually. I have to go into the picture every time because you can't see the fucking show.
It's still underlit. It's lit better than Picard and
better than Picard and Discovery, but
it's still underlit.
Yeah, that's so they can hide how cheap it looks. Yeah. It's like, well, if they can't see how bad it looks, then they won't complain about how bad it looks.
Freaking the final episode of what Book of Boba Fett they showed that, and this happened in a Disney production. They have a shot from up high, overhead shot, and you can see the 2x4s that make the set, like the corner of the set. It's hollow, You see all like the plywood that they got at Home Depot.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, guys, this is a multi-billion-dollar production. Multi-million-dollar productions.
What do you think of Captain Carter? Captain Carter, she's...
Listen, I know.
It's just the same. It's just somebody with a shield again, and I'm like,
you're just trying to
I've already seen
justify.
it.
You're just trying to justify the What If series.
Yeah.
You're just trying to validate the What If series. Oh, Captain Carter. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, I would have been. I would have been more impressed if they actually fought George Soros.
All right, listen.
Seriously, when you take me to the Illuminati, I want to see something like kind of interesting. I don't want to see, oh gee, the bunch of same superheroes I've already seen.
The whole idea of
Epstein's Ghost. Here's a 5 spot for saving me from this awful movie. Real Pope Rob.
Thank you, Epstein's Ghost.
Thank you.
Listen, the whole idea of What If is not to show what would happen if certain characters became other characters.
Yeah.
Okay, that is what they mistook it for. The whole idea of What If is to
backdoor pilot in some of these characters.
Exactly. And the whole idea of What If is that, hey,
socially condition you into thinking
if
they're good.
The original stories, though, were like, what if Uncle Ben lived? You know, would Peter would still be Spider-Man, but Peter, would be very different Spider-Man. What if Captain America weren't thought out until today? You know, a good what if would have been, okay, what if Black Panther's father, T'Chaka, lived? What if he didn't die? Okay, then what happens? His son's still the Black Panther. Does the Black Panther does Wakanda join the UN? Does Wakanda open itself up? Do the Avengers get located to Wakanda? There's a lot more. Do they share the vibranium technology? Does it alert the...
See, that's more interesting, but like that would appeal to me more as a Star Trek fan instead of a Marvel fan. But then again, I don't know if I'm a Marvel fan. I'm more of a viewer. So.
But they said, well, what if we just race swap Star-Lord with Black Panther? Like, no. And then Black Panther he's such a great guy. He convinces Thanos not to snap everybody out of existence.
See, Illuminati has Xavier, Reed Richards, Iron Man, and don't remember who else. They're part of the group that created World War Hulk. Okay. Feige seems to know a lot, but wants to put in his own bad shit. Yeah, well, they change it up a little bit too, because then if it's a little different, they have to pay rights. Right?
Kevin Feige.
It's all about rights.
Yeah, they'd have to give the families of Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, and Joe Simon a lot more money, and Roy Thomas a lot more money. So yeah, Kevin Feige is becoming a victim of his own success. That's the best way to put it.
How was the movie awful? We've been saying for about 20 minutes.
Not good. It's not good.
Okay, here's the thing. Like there's elements that were like it was like almost like it could have been a really good movie. I can't even put my finger on what was wrong with it so much. Was other than
Wanda, that's what's wrong.
Yeah, Wanda. Like the premise. I think the premise and the story, and it's just. Seriously, why doesn't he just kill her? Like, why didn't he just kill her?
Or just banish her to somewhere, Have like
banish her to the holodeck like Moriarty. There you go. Give her a little micro universe of her own to live in. That's me Star Trekking it though.
But no, but that's not unreasonable.
He could shrink her down and create a
universe. A pocket universe.
Maybe I should write for the MCU. My dumb Star Trek ideas would.
I mean, in Marvel, when I was reading Marvel back in the 80s, you would bring Doctor Strange in if you wanted a Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
You banish someone to the Nether universe with Doctor Strange's Staff of Ba.
You could do that.
I mean, like I said, it's the character, the very idea of the character is that he could conjure up whatever he needs to. He could come up with a solution just using, and you could just pull something out of your ass as long as it makes...
RSM Leader says, Wanda was the best part. My only problem was them glossing over story points, like the Darkhold, Scythian.
See, no, I disagree. Wanda was not the best part. I disagree with you 100%. Wanda was not, because Wanda still has the same motivations she had in WandaVision, which were BS.
Which you hated.
Which I hated.
I hated it too. But then again, I'm such a curmudgeon, and I don't like kids.
And the whole thing is, look, America Chavez, you have the power to punch her into prison.
So you didn't even need Doctor Strange at all anyway.
No.
He was he. I think that's where it kind of lost me. Was I'm like, well, Doctor Strange is pointless anyway. He has nothing to do here. It's all about Wanda and America Chavez, and there's literally no reason for him to even be in this movie.
You wanted this movie to be about Wanda Maximoff, and Wanda Maximoff, and it's guest starring Doctor Strange.
And I didn't like how kind of gory it got with like the deaths and stuff. Once they started pulling apart Pigman or Cowman or
Spaghetti, oh yeah,
Cowman. I don't know. He's one of the the Sunman knockoff He-Mans, right? Like Pigman, like Cowman. So I don't know what he was doing in this movie, but whatever.
It's cowboy.
So it was a little bit brutal with all those kind of characters in the background. I'm like, okay, so they're only in here to be pulled apart? Ew.
You ripped apart Doctor Strange and Reed Richards.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm like, all right, this is gonna be gory. And I knew kind of going in it was Sam Raimi, but I've also kind of figured, it's Marvel.
It's in Mount's head imploded.
Yeah. I think that was part. I think so. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go take a nap now. Once it got super gory, because seeing the corpse of Doctor Strange wasn't like. But I don't know. And then again, I'm like so over Raimi, I think, as a filmmaker. Because I'm not 12 anymore and I don't need to see
now all
the gory and the brutal. Because I'm like, I don't know. The Mecha Cinematic Universe. Right? What did they do with Wanda at the end? Yeah, what happened to Wanda?
She gets off scot-free, I think.
And then they let her go again.
I think they let her go again. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember.
Did you fall asleep too?
I stopped paying. There was an evil Wanda personified or whatever. And something happened. I can't remember. Honestly. And freaking America Chavez punched her into prison.
Because I think what lost me is like, okay, Doctor Strange is just completely again, the other guys like mansplaining to her.
Again, though,
they're like, oh, he doesn't even speak Spanish. Like, oh,
but again,
God, cringe.
The idea that this dark magic can be defeated by punching her really hard.
Shout out, also, thank you so much for the super chat. They knew America Chavez couldn't carry a film, so they threw in Doctor Strange. I think so. I think they should have just gone full.
Hey, listen, you think these characters can work? Fine. Put them in movies by themselves. Oh no, they don't work on their own because nobody likes them.
I hate to say this, but how much of this do you think should have been with the Spider-Man movie? Because remember that they reshot.
The America Chavez stuff was originally supposed to be in the Spider-Man movie.
Was it supposed to be in Spider-Man?
Yeah.
And then they pulled her into this?
Yeah. The America Chavez stuff was originally supposed to be in Spider-Man.
Yeah, because it really felt like it was super redundant. It felt like they cobbled a bunch of stuff together that were like, oh, well, here's an unfinished movie idea for this. And here, what if we take all the stuff it's like they had a Doctor Strange movie, sort of. They had like a short, like maybe a half hour of Doctor Strange. Yeah. And then they took everything that they threw out of WandaVision, and then they took everything they threw out of Spider-Man.
This is the epilogue of WandaVision. This is really the ending of Wanda. They wanted Wanda Maximoff's story to end, so they had this. So I listen. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have confirmation on this, but this movie feels like they just wrote Doctor Strange in to just fill it out.
Yeah.
To flesh it out.
Yeah, because he has nothing to do in it.
It's not that he has nothing to do.
It feels like he does. It feels like he's only there for them to just be shitty to him and be like, he doesn't speak Spanish. Here's my wife getting married to some new guy.
Yeah. We need to introduce Reed Richards. Okay, let's write him in this one scene.
Yeah.
And then we'll promptly kill him off. Because this will be an alternate universe Reed Richards, so that's okay. And then we get let's put Captain Carter in here to justify the What If series, to validate the What If series. Oh, let's put people want to see people want to see Black Bolt, the real version of Black Bolt. Let's put him in here to justify that. We can erase the Humans TV show.
Yeah.
Which looked like it was a superhero series out of the 90s.
Wasn't that the one they premiered in IMAX and then they shelved it? They canceled it like mid-episode or something?
That's actually that's a really good point I just brought up. The Marvel stuff, the Marvel stuff now looks a lot like superhero movies did in the 90s.
60-minute mascot. 350. I'm a 350. I'm a 350 for old time's sake. Cheers, everyone.
350. I need about 350. I need about 350. Hold on, I need about 350. I need about 350. 350.
Thank you so much.
Oh Lord, he was scary. Yeah, but a lot of the Marvel movies now look and feel like superhero movies did in the 90s, which is not a thing. I mean, they're starting to
What's
look...
this bot on about? Some bot says, "Let me guess, you hate Doctor Strange because I had a Latino and a black person in it."
No, I hate Doctor Strange because it has a white woman in it.
Doctor Strange because it had a white man in it that was redundant. Doctor Strange was the worst part of the movie. They got rid of him. Like, I kind of wanted to see. Here's the thing.
I wanted to see a Doctor Strange movie.
I want to see a Doctor Strange movie, but once I was watching it, I'm like, why the fuck is he here? Why can't we just follow America Chavez?
Because, like I said, America Chavez will not work in a movie on her own.
I'm curious. I would have watched it. I would have seen him because, like...
America Chavez is probably going to be in the Marvels.
There was, like, no crapping... Oh, yeah, I think she is. There was no crapping reason for Doctor Strange to be in this movie.
Listen, if you...
At all. Like, he was the worst part of it. And he was my favorite of the originals.
Like I said, if you think these characters can work in movies on their own, be my guest.
But then again, I'm more of a fan of the Babysitters Club than the MCU, so... This is why I kind of want to see what they're going to do with the wannabe Captain Marvel girl. What's her name? Stretchy McGee. Fisty McGee.
Fisty?
Yeah, because I think that one I might actually enjoy.
That is going to be horrible.
It's going to be like a high school thing. It's going to be like a Babysitters Club.
That's going to be hysterically bad.
Oh, yeah. Marvel fans are going to hate it. But
that is going to be... I know.
I want to watch the Babysitters
That is going to be hysterically awful. Oh my God, I am looking forward to ripping that apart.
Phase 4. You know, there's so much of Phase 4. Like, I think with this Phase 4 stuff, like, they're just trying to cobble together anything they can in between two of the biggest clusterfucks in history. One of which was trying to launch a streaming service coincidentally at the same time as the entire world shuts down for a global pandemic.
We need... Okay.
I think... Now, let me finish the thought. Let me finish the thought. Because what happened, they between this and Disney Plus, they started taking all these fucking scripts and stuff. Between that and a whole bunch of pushback from people who are like, wait a minute, we just want good stories, stop calling us racist or saying they suck. And you had a whole bunch of pushback from people saying, get this political shit out of our entertainment. And I know most of these assholes went from get your political shit to get our political shit, but you know, I'm calling those people out too. Don't you worry, we're calling those people out too. So so I think that we had all of these clusterfucks happening all at once. And now we're seeing the aftermath of it. We're seeing like all these half scripts, all of these, you know, they're pulling from straws for these movies. Because look at this. They scrapped. Remember with Disney, with Star Wars, they're like, oh, and we're gonna have a movie per year, and then everything got messed up. That got derailed. Bob Iger's like, no more movies, but they had all these scripts in the works. They had these stories ideas. So now we're getting all this shit on Disney Plus. And at the same time, they're like, well, we'll just use this. And then what ruined that plan for everybody was that the pandemic hit and all the production stopped. That's the thing that nobody anticipated, I think.
Obi-Wan is going to be... I think Obi-Wan's going to be terrible.
Yeah, because that was going to be a movie from like...
That was going to be
a movie. Oh, God, one of their like the Solo.
That was going to be like one of the first movies they announced, I think.
Yeah, because you had that. You had the Boba Fett movie.
Boba Fett.
And you were going to have the 1 year where you were going to have like a legacy or a saga movie and then stories. Like Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
And then they scrapped that.
You were gonna have a saga movie, and then in the off year you were gonna have a story.
And then it got to every 6 months.
Yeah.
Because they got a little too big for their britches.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. Okay.
Epstein's Ghost. Hello, I'm a black Latino with ancestry. I hate American Chavez.
Oh, God.
Put good characters and story. Don't care what representation is. Thank you so much, Epstein's Ghost.
Here's the inherent problem, though.
It's getting so cringe to be blamed of being racist for.
Here's the inherent problem.
It's like, oh God, this shit again.
Here's the inherent problem with Marvel, and this feeds into Wonder.
Yeah.
You had the Phase 3 ending.
Yeah.
With Endgame, okay, with Infinity War Endgame, okay, that wrapped up a lot of people's stories.
Mm-hmm.
I wrapped up Iron Man's story, wrapped up Captain America's story. You know, okay, now between that, they didn't have between that and the next phase, they still didn't have the rights to X-Men. They still don't have the rights to Deadpool. They still don't have the rights to Fantastic Four. Okay, so you know what? And they still don't have the rights to Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer, people consider it's a minor hero, but Silver Surfer has a lot of potential in the cosmic universe. Okay, then you had the whole thing with James Gunn go down.
Mm-hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 gets put on hold.
Yeah.
That was supposed to feed into Adam Warlock. That's supposed to introduce Adam Warlock. That was probably going to be.
Well, then they screwed up. Thor so much they had to put him with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Then.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, here's where you're getting.
Exactly.
You should do a video on this.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah, you just made Thor a fat, depressed loser. Spider-Man was in doubt. Okay, because that whole thing with Sony. Okay, my advice to them is to lock down Tom Holland for as long as you can. You know, I don't care if he's 45 playing Spider-Man. You keep that kid on board, okay? Because he loves playing Spider-Man, and he will do it as long as you want. Sony threatening to yank Tom Holland out of the MCU for Spider-Verse.
I don't know. Like I'm trying to shield it as best I can.
So, really, what do you have left? Now, they've been wanting to do all the quote unquote, all different heroes for a while. They've been saying, okay, they have all these heroes. And here's the thing: Disney owns those all new, all different heroes. They own them lock, stock, and barrel. Well, you know, it's Thor, but it's not really the same Thor. It's Captain America, but it's a black guy now. It's not the same Captain America. Oh, Iron Man, but it's Riri Williams. Different Iron Man.
I swear they only do that just because it's the easiest way to prove it's different.
Yeah.
Because
Get race swap the character.
It's nothing to do with diversity or inclusion or any of that.
I did ask bring up a name. I know you don't like bringing up a name. I did ask Gary Beekler one time. Why do you think that?
Stop comparing me to him.
No, but I did ask him. Here's the thing. I asked him one time. Why do you think we haven't gotten a Nova movie? Now the Nova Corps was in Guardians of the Galaxy. Nova Corps was in Guardians of the Galaxy. Nova exists. John C. Reilly, that character that he plays in it, comes to after the snap. He comes to Earth and recruits Richard Rider. Yeah, apart from the name, his name's gonna be Dick Rider. That's the obvious joke. Fill in the blank. The big problem is that it's not so much that they're well, time's not right. No, they are not willing to use the Richard Rider version of Nova. At least this is my take on it. They want to use the Sam Alexander version of Nova, which is a little like a half Latino, half black kid or whatever it is. Mm. So the all new, all different. They want to do the all new, all different one. And so just so that they can, because they want to commit to this, they're committing to another Captain America movie with Sam Wilson, the black guy's Captain America, the black Captain America. They've been trying to make these things mantles for a long time so that they can just swap out these characters. So, look, we've got all different characters. We're retiring these characters. We don't owe the families of Jack Kirby, Joe Simon, Steve Ditko, Roy Thomas, or whomever jack shit.
But culture war. Culture war.
Culture war, nothing.
But it's about collapsing and the Marxists taking over and the social feminisms and the
culture war, nothing. This has never been about the world outside your window or telling stories from the world. This is about money. This is about a lot. But
how can I fight the dragon and save the country and be a football sports ball hero if I can't pretend it's all about winning the culture war?
Was it September 2021? Marvel filed a lawsuit to get control of all the Avengers characters. That's all you need to know. And people tell me, no, they wouldn't do that. They've done a lot more for a lot less. Believe me. This is a company that is fighting to maintain the status quo. When you created a character, you used to create for something called work for hire, which means you create it for the company. and you lose the rights to that character, which is why Ethan Van Sciver, which is why he never had Cyberfrog appear. There goes a duck. It never appeared in another in a DC or Marvel comic. Todd McFarlane, the toy guy, he held Spawn back for years because he didn't want to give it to Marvel or DC. Because listen, I'm gonna lose. He knew I'm gonna lose this character if this character appears in the Marvel comic. He created Spawn in 1979. So this is not about diversity. This is not about inclusion. This is not about representation.
This is not about the cultural Marxisms taking over and taking your jobs. And
this is about money. That's it, pure and simple. And listen,
I think it's about exploiting these dumb women who get into these corporations thinking they're being hired for representation and diversity. And realistically, they're just being hired because they work a lot cheaper than the men.
Yeah, you think Sana Amanat is an idiot, okay? Sana Amanat is a moron. She doesn't have 2 brain cells between her. Okay, but she came to work for Marvel. She was from a rich family. She said, look, I'm going to work for Marvel. I'm going to change comics. Yeah, kid, just make sure you do what we tell you, okay? And she doesn't give a shit if she destroys Marvel. She's from a rich family. She'll just go work for some hedge fund and destroy them, too. Like I said, they create these characters in their own self-image because that is what all people know. People are so narcissistic that that's all they know. And these companies like Marvel and DC are more than willing to go along with it because they say, hey, we get free work out of these people and we get to replace our regular. Look, see, it's a win-win. It's a win-win for everybody. They get their representation, and Marvel gets to deprive the creators of their birthright.
But what if the fans complain?
Fuck the fans, they say.
Just call them racist.
Just call them racist.
Run a few articles.
They run a few puff pieces. Hey, oh my God, you're so racist. Why do you hate women? Why do you hate people of color?
Yep. And then the stupidest people recite that back, thinking that they're being smart because they have the thing to one up the bad guys.
Meanwhile,
because they
you
saw it online.
Heroes in Marvel that have always been diverse. The X-Men, Alpha Flight, and heroes that have always been diverse. But no, they don't use them. Well, like I said, the Alpha Flight was with Fox for a long time. It was with the X-Men characters. So like I said, this is just all, it's money. That's all this is. Money. Wherever there's a great fortune, you'll find a great crime. And the great crime is depriving all these guys out of their legacy.
Anyone was sexist, not racist.
They're even trying to change Wolverine.
I think they just use racist.
The most popular X-Men character, Wolverine. They're trying to replace him with a clone girl.
Oh God.
I'm Wolverina.
Well, look at what they did with everything. Look what they're doing with Star Trek. Look at what they're doing with Star Wars, with everything, because these people are trying to squeeze every last drop out of every IP, every intellectual property, because it's so much cheaper and easier to commodify everything. Like,
what was
the funeral industry went through this, fast food goes through this. This is the McDonaldization of the entertainment industry, and we need to find something new. We got to have more independent. We got to shake that. We got to be the next punk rock of everything.
Can anyone tell me what the last original Marvel or DC character they can remember that was created was?
She-Hulk.
No, actually, that she was back in the 70s. Actually.
Yeah, She-Hulk.
Last original, complete. I'm talking original.
That doesn't
Marvel.
have anything to do with somebody else, like the son of,
or a derivative character, or the passing the mantle or whatever. You know what it is? You know what it was? It was Deadpool. That was 1991. That's how long it's been. 30 years since they created something original.
That's nuts.
It is. It's crazy, man.
We have 86 thumbs up. Holy crap! Thank you so much. If everybody wants to hit, if we get to 90,
let's get to a 90 or
100, man. There's 53 people here. Thank you. Thank you for letting us touch the grass.
Yeah, touching grass.
You guys like these, even though it's windy. It was windy out.
The whole thing. Like, I hate.
Wasn't Deadpool related to X-Force? They're asking.
Deadpool, sort of.
Long shot. Lauren Liberty
Long
says.
shot. Yeah, long shot was back in the 80s. Long shot was the 80s. I remember long shot.
I'm trying to think, like
Those
even
comics.
in the '90s, like the more new comic here, because you had like the old ones, you had your Batmans and your Supermans and your Underoos, and then you're having like your Punishers and stuff were popping up in the '90s. Even though, you know.
If you
But those were
create-
like the ones that we were getting like more notice.
if you
so
create a character like Deadpool as part of a team, I mean, still, I mean, even so, I mean, you're still creating a new character. You're not. I mean, the other thing is Children of the Atom. There was that Children of the Atom comic, which was just all sidekick characters with the same exact power sets as the original X-Men. Or as the X-Men, not the original X-Men, this is the X-Men. You had a Gambit knockoff who was a black girl. You had a Cyclops knockoff that was a teenage blonde girl. You had a
tired of knockoff
rogue
characters.
knockoff. Yeah, I mean that's all, but that's all they know how to do. That's all they know how to do. And because people are so narcissistic, they want to see themselves on screen. And like
Yeah,
again,
they just want to take something that was already there before.
yeah, they can't do anything else. And as I said, Marvel is just happy to let them do it because look, we get a character that we can pass the mantle to, or that we can or that we can just swap out, for something else. So they're more than happy to do it. And the is that phrase? They're useful idiots.
Mm-hmm.
You're already sick. I'm already sick. What difference does it make?
Right.
Actually, no. From what I hear, you don't get sick from drinking eating off of someone's plate or whatever.
Especially if you're already sick. Hey.
Well, like you said, they're just useful idiots at this point.
Laura had potential. She had history. She had her own personality. They fucked themselves sideways and they made her banner carrier for identity politics. A banner carrier. Yeah, I'm so tired of identity politics and everything. It's like no one wants to hear it. It's like being in the same room as your overly religious friend at this point.
When I was
and I'm reverting back, like, oh, please don't follow me on Twitter. I'm just yelling at everybody over there because like everything is just the same zealous arguments again.
When I was reading Marvel comics,
or do if you don't mind it.
What I call full time, when I was reading Marvel comics pretty regularly during the 80s, and I had a really long run from like maybe 80, 82, 83 to like 1990. I read them pretty faithfully. The guy who was editor-in-chief at Marvel was a guy by the name of Jim Shooter. Now, Jim Shooter was a hard ass. Jim Shooter, he said, you're going to do these projects, you're going to do these books, you're going to do them on time, and you're going to like it. And he was a disciplinary, but you know what? They hated him. People hated him. They weren't used to that. They weren't used to that kind of discipline. Like he treated, you're coming there, you're gonna do your job. He treated it as a job. But the other thing too is that Jim Shooter he's been very critical of the comic industry lately in Marvel, and I know that if especially New Warriors, Snowflake and Safe Space.
Mm-hmm. Oh, those idiots.
If Jim Shooter said to you, okay, you're going to come up with a new team, okay, all right, you got a week to come up with something, okay, throw some ideas out. Go meet with these guys. Go throw some ideas around. Okay, fine.
I'm here in the background. Sorry, I just put the camera on him.
And if you came back to Jim Shooter,
close.
if you came back to Jim Shooter with Snowflake and Safe Space, and he would say to you, I tell you to create new characters, and this is what you come up with. Go back and do it again. If you don't have something better on my desk by 5 o'clock, you're fired.
Right.
You don't have that anymore. And the other part of the problem is you don't have people who are dedicated comic guys anymore. You have like Ta-Nehisi Coates, who is a quote unquote writer. Anybody's a writer. I'm a fucking writer.
Isn't that guy just an activist though?
He's an activist writer.
He's more interested in drumming up I hate your political affiliation.
Yes. He wants to be controversial. You have Ta-Nehisi Coates though. He's writing Superman. You have it's like I said, Sana Amanat, who is from a rich family, who said, I have no business working in comics. Oh yeah, nice of you to admit that. Now I can say you're not call you a fucking idiot to your face and not feel bad about it one bit. And I can just bring that by. I have no business. Well, you said you have no business. Oh, you can't say that.
You're
You
really
said-
loud. By the way, told you you're the loudest thing here.
Yeah, I get riled up.
I know.
I said, you know.
I can hear you
so-
all over there.
She said, I have no business working in comics. Oh, well, I'm working. You said you have no business working. Oh, but I did that. You said right here, I have no business working in comics. What the fuck's wrong with you? And then you have Daniel Kibblesmith, who was a writer for Stephen Colbert. Now, I don't doubt that some of these people have a genuine love of comics. Some of them. But you know what? They don't know their ass from their elbow. They really don't. They really fucking don't. And I used to have younger kids, like nieces and nephews, whatever. They would ask me, how would I get into video games? How would I get into this? How would I get it? I would say, you know what? Study movies, study TV, study literature, read. Because with everything being driven by story now, you're going to need a background in storytelling. Because games and comics and movies and television, it's not just about whatever's moving on screen. It's not about pretty pictures or explosions or lens flares, contrary to what Alex Kurtzman believes. It's about story. It's about characters. And a TV writer by the name of Ron Friedman said once that when he was writing for G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe animated series, the first miniseries, is that he said, you don't have characters. And they said, yes, we do. He showed him the back of the file card on the toy. Every G.I. Joe toy would come with a card. It was like a file sheet. It says Snake Eyes, Commando, his favorite weapon is a nunchuck or numbskull or whatever. He goes, all right, that's fine, but that's not a character. That's a description. What's the character? And so that is the thing. You have to come up with it. People nowadays think that descriptions are characters, and they're not. What's Kamala Khan? What kind of character is Kamala Khan?
The same as the other two.
What is she? She's a 15-year-old girl. Okay, what else about her? She's a Muslim. Okay, what else about her? She's from New Jersey. Okay, that's a description. That's not a character. But to them, that's enough. To the people like Son, I'm not Vida Ayala, Daniel Kibblesmith, that's enough. And I'm like, no, that's not enough, and that is why you're failing. You are in a story, narrative-driven medium, and you are failing the first lesson. And I can't wait. You know what? Listen.
Yeah, everybody sub to Rob. he's carrying this one today.
This Thor: Love and Thunder. The Natalie Portman stance came after because I said Natalie Portman's only about 4'11", is that she's standing on a box next to Chris Hemsworth, or she's wearing platforms, and you can clearly see she's like.
What do they say? Disinformation?
Oh, you're spreading false information about her.
What the fuck is she? Running for president?
What the fuck? I don't give a shit, dude. What are you, her uncle?
She's short. She played a ballerina. She's about 80 pounds soaking wet.
I said, listen, who doesn't exaggerate about their height? Okay? Listen, I don't doubt at some point Natalie Portman had an agent and said, Natalie Portman's agent, how tall are you, kid? 4'11". No, you're not getting any parts of me 4'11". You're 5'3". Scarlett Johansson's supposedly 5'3". Scarlett Johansson.
She's like 5'1".
Yeah. Do you really think she's 5'3"?
No, she's like 5'1".
Brie Larson's 5'3". She's more 5'4", I think. 5'7".
She's like 5'9".
Brie Larson, she's 5'7".
She's easily 5'9" or 10.
She wears tall heels.
She's lanky.
Yeah.
She's all lanky.
She's gangly. She's gangly. But I said about how you could tell like she's standing on a box next to Chris Hemsworth in that Thor costume. I was like, listen, there's no shame in it. It's part of movie making. Humphrey Bogart stood on a box to be taller than Ingrid Bergman in the end of Casablanca. But I cannot wait to see. Do you think Thor: Love and Thunder is going to fail?
No, because it's got Guardians of the Galaxy. People are going to see it anyway.
I think that's going to be Marvel's secret sauce in the next couple of years. They're going to put these lower tier characters. These characters like America Chavez, like Jane Foster Thor. Who else is another one? Like Captain People. Like Ms. Kamala. And
Sean Russell, I'm officially 7 feet tall, $4.99. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sean Russell.
Are you really, or are you joking with it?
They are going to put.
Oh, it's a joke because
yeah.
Scarlett Johansson. Duh.
They're going to put these characters and put these knockoff lower tier characters in movies with other well-known characters because they know they can that these new characters cannot carry a film on their own. Captain America, Captain Sam America, Captain Samerica.
Captain America.
Captain Samerica. Yeah, Captain Samerica. I mean, I'm wondering who's going to be in his movie. Probably the Winter Soldier. Most likely the Winter Soldier. Nick Fury. You're probably going to have Daredevil might show up. Actually, I found something cool. Batman Arkham City.
Mm-hmm.
You can play as Daredevil if you install a mod. So, well, actually, there was a Daredevil game in development for PS2, but they never finished.
We went really off the rails. So Doctor Strange shoes sucked.
This turned into a whole tirade why Marvel
sucks.
Why Marvel sucks
Let's
now.
just stay live. Everybody stop to Rob if you like hearing him rant about Marvel. What's your next video you're working on?
I'm working on the Picard thing, which is slow going. It's 11 minutes long, but it's that's not gonna be ready for a little while. I mean, I have a very you always say to me, why do work on this? I'm like, well, I have a very different process than you do, and it takes a lot longer, unfortunately. So I'm the slideshow is just to give it something of visual representation, but still I change pictures every couple minutes, every couple seconds, and that's a very tedious process. So yeah, you're changing pretty much. You have like maybe 200 or 300 images for like a 4 or 5 minute. No, I'm not going to say that many. You have like 100 images for every 10-minute video, whatever. 150 images, So, but it's like I said, it's a very tedious process. So, but it'll be worthwhile once it's done.
Dangerous. Hey, Mecha Rob, taking a short break from Twitter. I'm tired of it. Yeah, I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah, my butt itches.
I gotta get up anyway. I gotta stand up. Yeah. It's about 4.
About 4. I gotta go.
It's
to
4:09.
I have to go to Wally World.
Yeah.
Actually, I gotta pick up my Pravostat.
I gotta say, you gotta.
It's great. It's great. They get you hooked. They get you hooked on pills for cholesterol, and then if you stop taking them, you have a stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Great, lovely.
Which is why I don't take shit.
I've been taking salt palmetto though, which is actually
we've been live an hour. You wanna?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, salt palmetto. I was like, somebody recommended it to me like, for certain man problems. I'm like, I took it. I was like, hey, you know what? I feel pretty good. Okay.
I want to know that. Yeah, are you 80?
Huh?
I swear he's 80.
Yeah.
The wind's kicking up again too. Damn it.
Yeah. All
right.
A little extra jam in your lemonade,
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, what do you say we wrap up here?
It's 4:10.
It's 4:10. There's these bottles back here have been bothering me. I think you should clean those up because some idiot left them there, and I don't want to be blamed for it.
They're gonna stay there.
Why?
I'm not gonna touch someone else's bottles.
Why not? They're gonna blame you for it if you don't.
Well, yeah. There's really a whole lot of people around that are gonna blame me.
Yeah, fine.
Let's clean up my mess.
Anywho.
Leave only footprints, take only memories.
Alright, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'll leave this one up. Hit the thumbs up on your way out if you don't mind. I'm gonna do the stream tonight. I have like topics, or I will have some.
I'm gonna have a peanut.
And I've been triggered by the political readings on both sides, so I'm probably gonna piss off some people on both sides on Twitter. So thank you so much. We'll see you on the next video, live stream, or wherever.
Bye.
Bye.